Ho, ho,
Crop top or
ho.
boob tube?
That's the same thing, isn't it?
Is it?
No.
A cropped top.
A crop top is with sleeves.
Okay.
And a boob tube is just like a strip.
Oh, it is,
around
yeah.
you.
So
Isn't
I think either would work because it's the belly exposure.
I think you'd suit both.
I think you should experiment. Instead of buying a crop
what?
top or a boob tube, I think you should just basically just grab your shirt and just tighten little knots.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
Sandy in
Exactly
in
like
Greece.
Sandy.
Perfect. Good. Okay, this is beautiful, by the way.
Nice, isn't it?
Nice
Getting
work.
there.
Nose hair's been trimmed, have
Yeah.
you noticed?
Yeah.
You took your recommendation?
Profile
Makes me
is
look younger, apparently.
well, yeah. I mean, if you don't have nose hair, you look younger.
Yeah.
That's really good image, James.
Okay.
However, next week
Yeah.
your homework
Yeah.
is a little bit of ear trimmage.
Yeah, I know. I quite
Just
like it though.
do
It's
you-
the only hair that I've got, so I can just comb it over.
Seems like some crumbs or something
I
in it.
do,
Weird.
yeah, that.
Yeah, it's very odd.
Is that what that rattling is?
Yeah.
Okay. Should we kick things off?
Yeah, let's
With
do
some papas.
Go on then.
A papa, 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 papa.
that. Popcorn pundits.
Podcast. I was on solo. That
You
was-
were.
Yeah.
I thought I'd leave you on the stage by yourself
Thanks,
temporarily.
mate. You're
yeah.
in a funny mood tonight. I think
tell
it's
you
going to be
just.
interesting. So, what we doing, mate?
We are. This is the Popcorn Pundits, and this is the 9th episode.
I want to say 10.
I
Let's
wanna
do
say-
10.
I want to say 10th.
Let's do 10 episodes. This is Thursday's preview, or Thursday's review of the last week's movies that have come out. Your Popcorn Pundits were...
What's the date today?
Today is the 11th of January,
Honestly.
2024. This is Thursday reviews. The Popcorn Pundits are here really just to...
Doesn't feel like a Thursday, does it?
It doesn't in the slightest. The Popcorn Pundits really is your weekly review of movies that have come out on the silver screen, but also movies that you should see at home as well. We like to inform you with little interesting facts about each one of the movies. We tell you our opinions, give you scores out of 10, and that's about it really. We're changing the order slightly again this week. So last week we moved the top 10 to second feature. We're moving it back to the first feature. Let us know on Instagram what you prefer. That was good, isn't it?
Yeah, that's actually really, really
Peter,
good.
Was
I'm
it?
scared.
Good.
It's actually our 11th one today.
Is it?
Yeah.
So that must have meant that James didn't say this is our 9th or our 10th episode on the last 2 episodes then.
I think he did.
All right, okay.
Probably. So we're starting off with the top 10 of the UK
Should we
releases.
start off this week by saying that you picked the majority of the movies that we're going to be discussing tonight? I think that's important to get it out there, that you made the selection of what we're going to be talking about for the majority of this evening.
Listen, at the end of the day, you can put the food on the table as you to eat it. Really.
Okay.
That's why I see it.
And
So
number
top
10.
we're doing top 10, we're doing a review, and then
Yeah.
we're doing homework.
Absolutely right.
I'm getting the viewers in line with the order.
We've seen nearly everything in the top 10.
We have. Let's go from top 10 down to 1.
Number 10 is The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes.
You'll see that next week.
Number brilliant. Number 9 is Night Swim.
Yes, we're reviewing that tonight.
Yeah, we're reviewing that later on.
Yes.
Number 8 is Ferrari. Adam
Yes.
Driver sucks. Number 7 is Wish. No,
Yep.
Yeah.
Wish I hadn't seen it.
Yeah, Wish indeed. Number 6 is The Boy and the Heron, which we're going to go and see this week, yeah?
I might go see it on Sunday.
Okay. We're
Might
seeing
do a
something
double,
else. Okay.
double bill on
Double
Sunday.
bubble. Okay, I'll come
Might
and
do a
join you for
double
that.
bill.
That'd be cool. Number 5 is Aquaman, The Lost Kingdom, which I haven't seen, actually.
Yeah.
Anyone But You, I have no intention of seeing.
Yes.
Number 3 is Priscilla, which is the Elvis Presley.
Yeah, I'm in two minds whether I want to go and see that or not.
I definitely want to go and see it. I really like the direction of the narrative of this.
Oh, I like the
think-
idea of it. I might be Elvis out
Okay,
of the last 12 months.
fair enough. Okay, I'll go and see that one on my own.
Okay.
Number 2 is One Life.
Yes, which I haven't seen yet.
Yeah, you need to go and see
I know
it.
I need to go to it.
Tonight.
Oh, I've got a review from my dad for that later on. I'll grab that out for you
Oh, that'd
later
be
on.
fantastic.
It's, he went to see it on my recommendation last week, and it sounded like he blubbed more than I did. It was
Good.
a wonderful thing. And still number 1 in the UK this week.
The biggest wonker.
You've just spoiled it, James. I've got one job to do on this podcast, and I was building up tension, and you've just shit on my parade.
What a wonker.
Wonker!
I don't actually think it's left the top 3 since it's gone into the.
No, it just went straight to the top.
I think it went straight to the top, and it's been going between 2 and 1.
Timothy must be very pleased.
Yeah, he's everywhere now, isn't he? That's it. That's him. Entranced in our.
Absolutely.
He's dating a Kardashian, so
Oh, he's made it.
yeah, he's made it.
It's absolutely.
Or he's lost it. One or the other.
Well, yeah,
Lost
exactly.
it, to be totally fair, but...
I can't comment.
Anyway.
I can't comment. That's our top 10 of the UK releases.
Oh, I felt like doing the papas again then, but I won't.
Yeah.
It's a bit too early for that.
That's a quick podcast today.
Right, hey, so what are we going to do next?
Last week's film we went to see at the cinema was a contemporary horror movie from the Bauhaus production company, which are famous for some amazing horror movies that have come out of the silver screen of the last few years.
Yeah.
Night Swim's trailer promised terror, intrigue, and
The trailer
Spooky.
was brilliant. The trailer
Yes.
left us both shitting our pants and actually really excited to see this film.
yes,
Yeah?
Absolutely.
And I must admit, even driving to the cinema,
Yes.
I was like,
ooh,
I think I'm going to be jumping a lot.
Yes.
And I was actually really quite looking forward to it. I thought it was going to be really good.
So, shall I give you a quick synopsis of the movie quickly before you start telling me about your opinions?
Yeah, sure, go for it.
Oh, no. Forced into early retirement by an
Is this your version of what the film is, or are you reading this?
I'm reading it.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
fine.
Forced
Sounds
into
very
an
reedy.
forced into an early retirement. A former basketball player played by
Baseball.
It was baseball, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because obviously the glove thing.
Potato
He's
potato.
moved to a new house with his wife and 2 children. He hopes that the backyard swimming pool will be fun for the kids and also provide physical therapy for himself.
Why does he need physiotherapy?
Because he's got a disease that has issues.
He's got
with
multiple
joints.
sclerosis, doesn't he?
I think he has. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. However, a dark secret from the home's past soon unleashes a force that drags the family into depths of terror.
Yeah. So basically, what happens is,
Yes.
talking about in real human terms rather than just reading off IMDb.
Yes.
Basically, this guy used to be a baseball player.
That's right.
And his disability and disease has meant that he can't play anymore.
Yep.
Although he really has ambitions to getting back to playing basketball again.
Yeah, I think that comes from a slightly dark edge on his behalf. I thought that was
Yeah.
the terror.
Yeah, he hadn't he hadn't come to terms with his actual world. So basically, they're looking at nursing homes and care homes for him, and he doesn't like that idea because he still thinks he's going to get better. And then they're driving around this local neighbourhood,
Yeah.
and they see this house, and it's got
And it looks idyllic, doesn't it? They're driving down the street and there's people dancing outside picket fences and
the neighbourhood looks
mowing
idyllic,
the lawn.
but the house and gardens don't look idyllic, do they? Because they've been desolate for 10 or 15 years.
That's right.
And
This
the
particular house.
pool especially
Yes.
was covered up and had a pool cover and leaves and poop all over it and everything like that. And from that, they decide that that's their dream house and they're going to move
But
into
don't
it.
forget that was initially straight after the intro where you see a young girl disappearing in a pool, in that particular pool, right at the
Yes.
right within the first 30 seconds, you know what you're playing with.
Yes. What are you playing with?
Yes.
Give me a reference.
Poltergeist,
It.
Pet Cemetery.
Yep. It has
All-
got
all that formula.
It's got all these classic horror key signatures, hasn't it?
I agree.
And so the pool is lit, and there's this little toy speedboat going
Yeah.
around, and basically the toy speedboat belongs to this girl's brother,
From 20 years ago.
who's a poorly infant in his ill bed in the house, and she decides to rescue this speedboat to give it back to her brother to make him happy.
That's right.
She gets sucked into the pool by the pool demon.
Yes, the pool
Pool
demon.
demon.
That's right.
That's
And it all goes very dark and etc.
Does the pool demon have a name?
Well-
Dave the pool demon. It's,
Dave the demon.
It's a part-time gig for him.
Yeah.
It's usually a window cleaner at the weekends.
So anyway, so as the movie goes on,
Yes,
weirdly, Dad, he starts getting better, doesn't he?
he does.
Yeah.
The power of that water.
Yeah, and then the pool cleaner comes around and basically says, this is one of those really rare pools. Not only does it have Dave the demon,
Yes.
it's fed by spring water.
That's right. It's
And,
natural spring water, but we don't know where it comes from.
Yeah, and
Which-
we don't know where it goes.
Which would concern me greatly. If somebody turned around and said, that pool you're swimming in, we have no idea where the water comes
Except
from.
the water comes out shit brown. You
Yeah,
really
exactly.
would worry about it.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, so he's getting better and better.
Yes.
And then weird things happen in the pool, and every time they go night swimming,
That's right.
something scary happens.
And it's usually indicated by electricity issues with the lights.
And random people popping up.
Yes, yeah. So it's as I said before, it's very formulated. It's very, if you wrote down all those horror movies that we've mentioned before, put them into a list, took out all the key factors, that's what you would have around the pool.
So give us some good news from this movie. What bits did you like about this film? Was that
The
it?
end.
Was that it?
Yeah, I was very, very disappointed personally.
So for me, it felt like it wasn't a film. It felt like it was a concept that they tried to drag out for like an hour and a half,
Right.
and even then, towards the end, they still kind of rushed the story.
Yeah, they
So
didn't. There's no real commitment.
They did nothing for like an hour and 20 minutes.
Yep.
And then they went to visit one of the previous owners of the house.
Yeah.
And it all went really quite good, but it was only for like about 30 seconds.
Yes.
And I was just like, why didn't they do more of that bit? Because
Yeah.
it was terrible. It was absolutely horseshit.
It wasn't brilliant.
So all those reference movies, the reasons I asked you
Yeah.
that earlier on was because I think everyone should go and see those
100%.
because they are all better.
Watch Poltergeist. We even watch a new one. Watch the new version of Poltergeist. Watch the
Why
new
not?
version of Pet Sematary. Watch it.
Okay, so then Nikki, could you do me a favour? Could you check the IMDb score for the newest Poltergeist, the one with the two possessed children, which was awful, and then
No, that's Exorcist you're thinking.
oh, it was Exorcist.
Yes.
Okay, sorry.
No,
Yeah.
the new Poltergeist had what's his name? The actor, I can't remember his name. Though. Fantastic actor from Moon, the film Moon, which is a beautiful film, which you haven't seen.
I haven't seen.
I'm giving you references of movies that you have no idea, which I will give you as homework later in the future. Moon's amazing.
The latest Poltergeist is that the 2015 one.
That's right.
So that has a score of 4.9 out of 10.
Okay.
And it's Sam Rockwell. I
Sam
wanna say.
Rockwell. I love Sam Rockwell.
Oh yeah, Moon.
And then what one were you saying? Sorry, Peter.
I can't remember now. What was I talking about?
The Exorcist.
Yeah, but I think we've got to mix it.
I was getting befuddled.
So I would reference it as Poltergeist, as what was the other reference I give it to as well? The Pet Sematary, which is also so. It's a family and also Amityville horror.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it was a formulaic horror story where they'd literally come up with this idea: the swimming pool's haunted.
Yeah.
What a brilliant idea!
And it's all everything's surrounded by water.
What can we do with that?
Yeah.
Even
the drinking water was dangerous at one point. You see yourself,
The Exorcist believe it actually does have a 4.8 score.
Oh, it didn't
Anyway.
deserve it. Right. Okay.
Garbage. So what's Night Swim got as a score yet?
Well, you have to give me your scores first. That's the deal. You know the deal by now. We're number 11 in.
Well, this is by far the worst film that we've seen so far, and I would take Swimfan over this a million. Why are we watching so many films with swim in the
We let him
title?
in, James. Yeah, something. Who can swim and who can't swim?
3.5.
Ooh.
Absolute nonsense.
Ooh,
Do you know what the tagline is for it?
Don't care.
Everything you fear is under the surface.
That's shit, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. I give it 4.3.
Ooh.
So that's
8.8, 4.4.
sorry.
8.8, 4.4.
Yeah.
3.9.
That's what I said.
So on IMDb it actually has a score of 5.
Wow.
So it's better than The Exorcist and the Poltergeist. And the real house used for the family home on screen doesn't actually fully connect to the garage. So they had to
Edit it in some ways.
they added a facade.
Oh, I see. Right, I'm with
to
you.
make it look. And also the swim school that Izzy is asked to join is called the Harold Holt Swimming School. And do you know why?
No.
Do you know what? I don't even care about these super duper facts.
So,
I'm guessing he's a swimmer that died.
I would say it is an Olympic swimmer.
Okay, he was actually the 17th Prime Minister of Australia
What?
who disappeared and presumed drowned while swimming. That's
Ah,
why they called it
tenuous
the
link though, Australia.
How would you make your scores better?
Oh, just anything. Just do what I did with that
Samuel L.
piece of paper.
Jackson.
Start again. Just do anything. Anything is better than this.
I would
film.
say watch the film before releasing it would have been a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would have said that to the
Or
director.
just spend a little bit more time writing a plot.
Yeah.
There's nothing happens.
Yeah, and the acting wasn't too bad. And so, I mean,
Oh, there was another nightmare. The leading actress just reminds me of Jerry Halliwell the whole way round. And
I don't know where you got that from.
But you know when someone just does an expression or
Yeah.
something, and every time she did it, I was just
I'll tell
like,
you what, I
oh,
won't.
she looks like Ginger Spice. She drives me insane.
Zigzag.
Yeah. I thought she looked more like Rebecca from Mission Impossible and Spiral.
She's been in quite a lot of Marvel, hasn't she? Apparently.
What, this actor?
Yeah.
Don't recognise him. Anyway, should we move on?
I think it's
Please.
The advice we give: don't waste your cinema time watching this movie. Watch Wonka again.
Yeah, just go and see anything in the top 10 other than that. It's
Yes.
stinker.
I agree with you completely. So that was our film at the cinema.
Yeah.
homework time.
Homework
Yeah.
time.
Right.
Who's doing it first?
Well,
I
you
think-
haven't done one for a couple of weeks, have you, James?
No, I have not.
No, because
Would you like to tell the listeners and viewers what my homework was for this week?
Same as last week.
Your homework
Yes.
was to watch Stupid Crazy Love.
Yeah,
Crazy stupid love.
That's what I said.
crazy, stupid.
And I did this because you're not a romantic comedy fan as such. As well,
It's got to be good.
yeah. Oh God. Okay. And this is one of my favourites because it has a lot of characters that run parallel to the love story, which I thought is quite, there's many pillars to this film, and I think that's quite good. It's got that kind of Steel Magnolia kind of many stories running at one time.
You see, at one point I would have agreed with you while I was watching this film. There was and I would almost take it back as Magnolia, not even Steel Magnolia. You know, in Magnolia, there's all the different characters.
Because that's clearly what I meant, and I just got the wrong film again. I'm not very good
Tom
at this.
Cruise
Yeah, that's
Does
what I meant.
does
Magnolia.
his speech.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, let's not delve upon the past. Let's talk about this film, shall we? So, Crazy Stupid Love. The tagline is: "This is crazy, this is stupid, and this is love."
Wow, how did they come up with that?
Well, it's funny that because they actually, at one point, the filmmakers offered a free they offered a free iPad to anybody on the set who could come up with a decent name for this movie. No, they hadn't even come up with the title of this film while they were
So that was like a
filming.
working title.
That was like a working title.
Yeah.
Okay.
For anyone not watching us on YouTube,
Yes.
James's face when he gave us the tagline for this film
Yes.
wasn't very happy.
So, incredible cast. I mean, outstanding
Yeah.
cast. You know, you got Steve Carell, which is one of my favourite. When he plays a serious role, he plays it very, very well. I mean, you've seen Foxcatcher, I presume.
No.
Oh, you've waited. Oh gosh,
Your homework for next week.
yeah. So, and then obviously you got Ryan Gosling, who is, you know, he is what he is, and he's a great, he's very good what he does. You've got Emma Stone, which we're very excited about for this week.
Yeah, can't wait.
And
Poor things.
she's turned into this incredible, you know, comical physical actor as well as a vocal actor as well. So and obviously my future wife Julia Moore. You see, that's the agreement at home. So it's all set up. You're on paper, it looks fantastic. The idea about it is obviously you've got a middle-aged man go through a midlife crisis to a certain extent, realizes and his wife, who's played by Julie Moore, has obviously decided that, you know, she's moved on.
Yeah, he's basically done as a male, isn't he?
He gave up. Apparently, he actually came up with the line within the movie, and made a lot of sense. When he got to 30, he kind of gave up. Where trainers are far too big for him, and there's a very clever line in it where he's wearing a size 44 suit and he should be wearing a size 42 short, that sort of thing. And I have to say, as a dresser, I really loved a lot of the dialogue and reference to the dressing of him, the Velcro wallet, the shoes, everything worked really, really well as far as that was concerned. The layering of some of the knitwear underneath the jackets worked really, really well. So from an aesthetic point of view, I was really, really pleased with his haircut. Worked really, really sharp. the entire movie was set around maybe 2, maybe 3 locations. The main location was the bar that Ryan Gosling is using it as his pickup choice. So Ryan Gosling basically plays a young stud being able to pick up absolutely any female that he wishes just by just going, "You're boring me. Let's go home." Type thing. And that's his general premises. So Steve Carell is obviously spotted by him from a distance because Steve Carell's obviously been dumped by Julian Moore, and he's decided that he's going to help this forlorn chap, bring him out.
But he's kind of killing his mojo, isn't he? Didn't you get that kind of impression that he sees him in the bar and he's kind of always there?
Yes.
And he's just kind of like killing his moment. He's
telling everybody in the bar about his daughters and about his wife leaving him. So he's bringing the whole tone of this pickup joint down, and he's reminding everybody that bad things happen in relationships and so on and so forth. And everybody's there just to have a good time and get laid type thing. So the story and it's formulated to a certain extent where you've got a pickup guy, you've got a guy that needs educating, and you've also got the backstories of the wife and her relationship with the guy that she had an affair with, played by Kevin Bacon, who plays these bit parts beautifully because he's kind of forgettable, but he plays it really, really well. Emma Stone obviously plays the other end of that, so there's like the bookending the two stories, where Emma Stone plays a young girl who is going through a particular relationship, and she's misread the signals from her boyfriend. She's very intelligent. She's a lawyer. She's working her way up and there's a very specific point where Ryan Gosling is having a relationship now, a steady relationship with somebody in this movie, and then realizing that the whole relationship and who's related to who at one point. And that comes in almost exactly 1 hour 21 minutes where that hits.
Yeah.
And I can't give away the spoiler with that. I don't want to give away the spoiler with that. So, all in all, it's not necessarily laugh out loud funny. Steve Carell is quite funny in it. They're all kind of funny in their own way.
Did you not get the grass is greener element from it? Did you not get the Ryan Gosling character actually wishing that he wasn't living the life that he was living, and he actually wanted to be living Steve Carell's life to some degree?
Oh, definitely.
And that's the paradox that I thought was really beautiful and was actually really well created in this film.
Definitely. It was a moral story to say that love beats all. You don't necessarily have to have a different partner every night to fulfill your life. It's as simple as that.
Oh no, that's not what I got from it at all.
Steve Carell apparently he hated the name of the movie. He wanted to call it what did he want to call it? He wanted to call it The Wingman, which kind of sums the movie up to a certain extent. It's the first of 3 movies that Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling have been together. Mm-hmm. So you've obviously got Stupid Crazy Love. You've got Gangster Squad, which I've never seen.
Yeah, I've seen it. It's really good.
Yeah,
and then La La Land.
And La La Land, which I weirdly loved. La La Land.
I weirdly hated it.
I loved the jazz in it. I'm a bit of a jazz thing, but I really liked it. So
I struggle with it more than I thought I would.
So all in all, I've been putting off watching this film for quite some time. Not because I don't like romantic comedies.
Last week was intentionally unwatched.
No. In the past, it's not a new film. It's been out a while.
Yeah.
And I've been told by many people we should watch this. It's a lovely story.
2011.
Yeah. So there you go. So it's 12 years old, 13 years old, in fact. I didn't like it.
No, I can tell, mate.
I don't think I'll watch it. I don't think I'll watch it again, and I don't think I'll watch Swimfan again or Night Swim again. So
this hasn't been the greatest week of movie watching, has it? To be honest with you.
Well, you say that. I did watch a film during the week, and I watched Society of the Snow, and that was jaw-breakingly incredible. But we'll talk about that another time. I give it. I'm being quite generous with it. Okay?
Why? Because you must have taken something joyous from it.
Yeah, I'm giving it because
you can't just do it because of a Velcro wallet.
I love those scenes in it. They personally resonated with me quite significantly.
Of course.
And also, I really loved every single performance was fantastic. Even the child was amazing. I thought he was the star in it. The young boy in it was the star in it. Personally, 6.9.
Ooh,
Oh, that is quite good.
It's quite
That's
good,
quite good
Well,
for
you
you.
should-
but not as good as it could have been.
No, you should tell your face, mate, because that score isn't replicated on your face right about now.
Not as good as it could have been.
But would you like a fun fact?
Yes, please.
So the name David Lindhagen
Yeah.
is said 19 times.
Now he's the character that's played by Kevin Bacon.
Yes.
Yes, the adulterer.
Kevin Bacon and Ryan Gosling are actually distant cousins. They are both descendants of the English Baldwin family.
Oh.
Really?
Apparently so.
Actually, yeah, I can see that to a certain extent.
Is that the 6 degrees of separation thing?
They both got hair and legs.
The bacon factor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The bacon factor.
Well, theirs
Yeah.
probably isn't even 6 degrees.
No, I know,
if they're
but
distant cousins.
everyone's within 6 degrees, aren't they? But there we go.
So there you have it. So watch Crazy Stupid Love on a Sunday afternoon if you want a little bit of noise in the background.
IMDb is 7.4.
Yeah.
7.4. That's a good score.
No, honestly, everybody I speak to loves it. So don't take my word for as a pundit. Take Peter's word for it
I
on this one.
loved it.
What would you give it?
Yeah, I think I'd be high sevens. I think I'd be like a 7.6,
Oh, I was in the
7.7. Yeah, I think it's a
I
great
was
film.
8.
So I don't like romantic comedy very much, and I
Hmm.
think I've seen it 4 times.
Wow.
Yeah,
So yeah, watch it.
because it's not. It's. I think one of the reasons why I really like it is I don't necessarily like the romantic bits of it the most in the film. There are other bits of the film
Yeah.
which I really love, and I think all the dressing scenes are
Yes,
fantastic,
they
and
are.
it's almost like that's a romance as well.
Yes.
As well, it's just like
It's a
And
bromance
there's
in a
clever
way.
wordplay and everything.
Yeah, I do. I'm going to give it an 8.
I like the
I'm gonna
slapping.
say it's an 8. Yeah,
There's a bit of slapping.
yeah, it's all good.
Should we move on to Peter's homework?
No, let's not.
Peter,
Okay.
Peter!
Oh.
I got you to watch another Joaquin Phoenix
What did
movie
your wife
this
say to me at the cinema on Sunday?
She said, "Aren't you lucky that you're part of the pundits because
And
you
what
all."
did she really say?
She said, "My husband's being really mean to you with the homework that he's giving you," and this was probably the most challenging
Wow.
of all of the films that
Even
you've
more
got.
than men.
Yeah,
Wow.
because men doesn't start off challenging.
No.
Men develops into a challenge, and the end scene is
It's the end.
one of the most challenging things. But by the time you get to the end of Men,
Yes.
and everyone, you should watch Men because it is. You have to understand what goes on in James's mind, and this really helps you kind of get there. It's it's
Welcome to my world.
it's batshit crazy.
That and John,
but
that
it
and
helps
John
you.
Grant.
Oh my god! It just helps you get to where you need to be at the end of the film.
Okay, so Beau is Afraid released this year. Released last year.
It released last year, and
Yes.
it stars Joaquin Phoenix. And basically, this is a Joaquin Phoenix one-man show.
It is.
It is.
Absolutely.
Okay, he goes on different journeys, and there are different co-actors alongside him in different parts of the film.
It could be a stage play, very easily.
Very much again, and I was going to say that because you mentioned that last week.
Yeah, with the
and,
whale.
Yeah, and it very, very much the same type of thing. And actually, they refer to stage play in this, and one of the vignettes in this film is a beautiful story of him starting to watch a stage play, and then the scene ends up of him getting back to watch the stage play, and he's actually the stage play. That kind of explains what type of movie we're talking about. So, what day do I watch this movie on?
Yes.
I watched this film on a Tuesday, a Thursday, and a Sunday because I couldn't
You
watch
spread it out.
I couldn't watch the whole thing in one go. It's the most stressful thing I've ever seen in my entire life. It is the story of a schizophrenic neurotic.
Yes.
Are you okay?
No, I don't think I am. Okay, so the opening scene, okay, is so stressful. I watched it, and I watched the first 40 minutes of it, and I was sweating after 40 minutes. And then my daughter came downstairs, and I went, "Can I just show you the start of this film that I've got to watch this week?"
Look what James is doing to me.
And she watched the first 3 minutes, and she went, "I can't watch this. It's too stressful." So basically, Joaquin Phoenix's character he's got basically an Oedipus problem, and he's got a relationship with his mother which is unholy and it's unhealthy beyond belief. He adores his mother more than anybody else on the planet, and the premise of the movie is he needs to go and visit his mother.
That's right.
Which sounds like a really simple thing
For
to happen.
any other human being on the planet.
Anyway, he then leaves his apartment and goes outside, and then you realise that we're dealing with yet another mental health situation when you see Father Christmas mugging a man, and you see a policeman walking down with this massively oversized jumpsuit, and a naked man stabbing people randomly, and people screaming and shouting at each other, and it's basically depicting the world as this horribly terrifying place that he has.
It's his fear of the world.
It really is, and you know, if you're gonna, and the director's history is from directing horror films, and you can see that's his history, because it is terrifying, and it is so stressful, and every time he has to look outside or he has to open his door, even when he's in his apartment, he's his neighbours are like invading his space, and it's relentless. It is just non-stop physical, mental, audio violence against him. He gets ready to leave the apartment to go and visit his mother, and he puts his bag in the hallway, and he puts his keys in the door, and he forgets something, so he just goes back inside, and then someone's stolen his keys and his bag, even though there's no one in the corridor, there's no one in the apartment, and then anyway, so this scene continues for about 3 days. It just doesn't.
It spirals.
It just
spirals and
stop.
spirals.
Yeah. Anyway, so eventually he has to leave the apartment again, and he gets stabbed by the naked stabby man.
Why
Everybody
else has.
Why wouldn't he? And
Yeah.
and to rub salt into those wounds, he then gets hit by a big van, and then he wakes up in scene 2.
He does.
And scene 2 is the most stressful thing I've ever seen in my entire life. But
Explain it for the viewers.
It's such a different pace. It's Grace and Roger's house,
Yes.
which looks like the most idyllic
It does.
American suburban house.
Saturated colours.
And he basically Joaquin Phoenix wakes up, and he's covered in cuts and bruises and stabs, and Grace leans over him, and Bay says, "Hi, you okay? You awake?" And he goes, "Yeah, where am I? What's going on?" And she goes, "I hit you with my car." And he's like, "You what?" And he goes, "Yeah, I hit you with my car. You got stabbed." I go, "What?" And anyway, so then they get introduced to Roger, who's her husband, who is a surgeon, and is basically, the premise is that he's looking after Joaquin Phoenix's character, yet the wife is basically giving him clues that he's a psychopath, and he should really try and escape as quickly as he possibly can, even though one of the medical aids that Roger is using on him is a prison tag that he's put on his ankle.
Yeah.
And if he were to leave, he would have to get past the man who lives in a caravan in their garden, who's suffering from PTSD and was there when their son was murdered in Afghanistan.
Yeah.
And then the daughter, who's an absolute drug-taking psychopath, who wants to get her room back from Joaquin Phoenix and will do anything to do... Oh my God, James! It is like we're not even halfway through the film yet, and it is exhausting.
It's like falling down the stairs, but just continuously forever.
It's a spiral staircase of foreverness.
Yes.
It is. It just goes on and on and on. Scene 3 is the one I was talking about earlier on, where basically he is taken by a pregnant lady into the woods.
That's right.
And there are constant references to family members and people that he knew, and so we're not actually on a physical journey at all. We're on a journey in his
You're not quite sure if he's
brain.
left the apartment at all.
Yeah, I mean, we are literally in the depths of his grey matter,
Yes.
and anyway, so this was my favourite of the parts, and
Your favourite scene.
It is incredibly wonderful, and it goes into different types of movie production, so it becomes a bit animated,
Yeah.
and and it still ends up in a hugely barbaric graphic way,
Yeah.
which is totally unexpected and really, really stressful. And then we get to the fourth scene, which is basically when he eventually arrives at what is supposed to be his mother's funeral. Because
right.
what you learn earlier in the movie is that his mother was in an accident where her head was removed by a chandelier.
Yes.
And yes, and the funeral
Happens all the time.
Was it a big chandelier?
Oh, you never get to see the chandelier,
Oh.
unfortunately. I mean, it wouldn't quite cool if you'd seen it like lying in a coffin, like the body, and it's like this huge crystal ball at the top of it. But anyway,
Craig wasn't attached to it, was he, by any chance?
he wasn't.
No.
He wasn't. So that is the film. That's the story.
You haven't mentioned the end with the loft.
No. I can't mention everything about the film because the runtime is heading towards 3 hours. It's a long film.
Yes.
And it's incredibly intense the whole way through. And I'm glad I watched it in 3 separate parts, even though I did then have to kind of go back and catch up on certain little bits.
Yeah, because some references. And,
yeah, and just kind of like go through it just to kind of see what's what. I loved it.
Good.
Absolutely.
Yes! I'm working on him.
Thinking like James.
Oh my god, it's
working.
It's amazing.
Isn't
it's
it?
absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
You sent us a message saying who your favourite character was, didn't you?
Did I?
Yes,
I don't
you
remember
did.
that message. What was
You
that?
said, just finished Bo, the murderous penis is my favourite
Oh
character.
yeah.
Hence the loft.
Oh yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah. Sorry. There's a murderous penis at the end. It's it is an absolute. It's a masterpiece.
I think it's just when you think you've got it, it changes direction completely. And just when you think to yourself, actually, no, I'm not got it at all. And it's just surprising you all the way through.
Well, so okay, we're calling it homework, but this order of films that you've given me
Yes.
has been intentional. Has there been any? Because I think you've kind of warmed me up for this with 2 of the other films that we've seen.
Absolutely.
And I started watching this, and as soon as it started, I was just like, James Mulcrone. sorry, James Michael Mulcrone. What have you done to me? And I got into it, and he's absolutely captivating.
Yeah.
He is. You love him and hate him at the same time.
Yeah.
You feel sorry for him, and you want to
pity
scream
him.
and shout at him.
Yeah.
But the whole way through, you're just really conscious of the fact that what you're being presented with is not necessarily what you're meant to be seeing, and that is very, very smart.
Yeah.
Very, very clever.
Good.
It's a wonderful, wonderful movie.
I'm so pleased.
Yeah, I didn't think after a third or after 2/3 that I'd be reviewing it really well, but that it comes together.
Yeah,
It comes together beautifully.
Good.
It's an absolutely.
It's a piece of, to me, it's a piece like the rest of the films that I have been giving you as homework. I like to think that what we're doing is we are looking at art
Yeah.
for art, almost for art's sake. They're not big blockbusters. They don't make a lot of money at all, realistically, but they are beautiful projects that have been made by actors who are really into what they're doing.
But you're absolutely right. What you said about the structure of Beau is Afraid and The Whale,
Yes.
they are structured exactly the same. That there are 4 scenes in both,
Yep.
and they are very, very much stage plays which have been put on as a film, and you should definitely go and see this. It is brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
What film would you? What day would you watch it on?
Well, I've
3
told
days.
you that already. I mean, you might want to consider breaking this up into a couple of things. That the one of the funny things when I was watching it was there is a scene where Joaquin Phoenix is in the bath and he ends up having a fight with a man in his bath, and there's a moment where there's a tumble. And then you see this enormous pair of testicles.
Yes.
And I was thinking, is that actually Joaquin Phoenix's testicles, which are fucking enormous,
Kahunas.
or is this part of the plot? And they leave you hanging on that for quite
Yeah, literally.
like an hour.
Yeah,
It
like
could be
Frogman.
like Miley Cyrus swinging in on one of them, but it's
Like a wrecking ball.
exactly. But but anyway, so yeah, that was a bit of a shocking moment at one point in the movie. But anyway, there we go.
Good.
So,
The film was initially described by director and writer Ari Aster as a 4-hour-long nightmare comedy, but the runtime of the theatrical cut runs just 1 minute shy of 3 hours.
yeah, it's literally just under 3 hours.
And he also said that with the movie, he wanted to put the audience in the experience of being a loser.
Yeah, and a neurotic. I mean, like, you know, the whole feeling of the film is, it felt like they were trying to explain how you would feel if you were terrified about society,
Yeah.
and they did it absolutely brilliantly. I mean, like it's terrifying.
Yeah.
It's absolutely terrifying the whole way through.
If you want to understand how somebody can be neurotic and being terrified of leaving their building for no apparent reason at all,
I mean,
that
he
is the perfect film to
goes
watch.
to get a bottle of water.
Yeah.
And it turns into the most harrowing scene ever.
It's
incredible.
It's like Beirut at one point, and you think to yourself, where did that come from? And it's not there at all.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
do you want
He
to
needs
ask
to score it.
He needs to score it. You need to score it. Come on, you've given it the biggie.
Yeah.
Give me them.
You
Give
said
me.
you liked it.
Show me the money. Show
Is this going to
me.
get over 6? Is the
Show
question.
me the money.
It's in the 8s. It's a big. Okay, let's make it 2 fat ladies, 8.8.
Wow. IMDb score is 6.7.
Well, they're wrong.
How interesting.
They're wrong.
Oh, I thought that would have been highly scored on IMDb.
You'd think so, wouldn't you?
Because I would have thought the people who would have bothered to watch it would have got it. Because
Interesting.
it's not a
It's not casual viewing.
no, and it's not an instant pick off a line of movies,
Not
is it?
at
I don't
all,
think,
no.
to be honest with you. And actually, the poster of him at 4 different ages.
Oh yeah, it's
is actually quite off-putting. I thought.
I agree.
To be honest
Yeah,
with you. And
absolutely.
it doesn't really tell you about the story. But anyway, there we go. I think IMDb got that wrong as well. But
No,
yeah,
I agree
I
with
think,
Let them know.
yeah, please do.
Yeah,
I think it's a big 8.
How would you make it better?
I mean that a film like that, in all honesty, is
Doing my job.
just what it is.
Yeah.
It just sometimes you just got to say,
I
don't know Ari Aster. I don't know
Yeah.
his back catalogue. I mean, obviously we know Whack-Off Phoenix is like your favourite actor of all time at the moment, and
Whack off.
Whack-Off. Did you? I said that like 2 weeks ago and you didn't pick up on it, so I thought I'd drop it back in again. Did you not get that last time I said it?
I'm laughing about it from 2 weeks ago.
Delayed reaction.
We'll pick it up again in episode 13.
Yeah.
But anyway, I just.
Oh yeah,
It's
hot
just-
tub.
That was that moment last week when I got the hot sweats. Went, oh my god, he's actually gone there.
Too soon, James.
Brilliant. Yeah.
Good. I'm so pleased. So pleased.
So why don't you ruin my week this week?
Yeah, what are you going to give this week?
You give me your homework first.
All right. Okay. So I gave you your homework last week and the week before because I wanted you to watch a movie which was a romantic comedy, and I didn't think you were a huge romantic comedy fan, so that's why I picked it. I also picked it because of the dressing references,
Yes.
and I thought you'd appreciate those very much.
Good.
So we've talked a lot over the last few months about the fact that you don't know what sport is.
No.
And you've learned that your favourite sport is dragon boat racing,
That's right.
and you've learned that poker is quite a good fun thing to do.
To look at other people playing, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
absolutely
from a
right.
distance, usually.
So I thought it'd be a really good thing to give you what I consider to be one of the great sports movies of all time.
It's called Wins.
Cold Runnings 4. Cold Runnings 4.
Eddie the Eagle.
Yeah. I quite like that film,
I really liked
weirdly.
it as well.
You didn't, did you?
Hugh Jackman's in it.
I know, that's why I like
Jesus.
it. It's just for him.
Huge Jackman.
I'll give it a 4 out of 10.
I'm going to ask you to watch Any Given Sunday, which is Al Pacino and Cameron Diaz, and it's a film
That's
about.
when she was still acting them.
Yes.
Because she's gone to hibernation, isn't she?
Yeah.
It's a film about American football, which
Okay.
is like soccer, but it's got a different shape ball.
Do I need to know about American football?
You don't need to know anything about it.
Okay.
It's basically the sport. The sport aspect of it is It's not irrelevant. It's very, very relevant, but it's self-explanatory. But it's a relationship movie, and it's
Al Pacino.
It's Al Pacino being proper Al Pacino.
Shouty Al Pacino.
Really, really shouty.
Okay,
but
good.
it's a really good story, and I think you're going to like it.
Okay.
And I think you need to forget that you don't know anything about sport, and let me know what you think next week.
I will do.
Yay.
What channel is it on? What streaming is it on?
I don't actually know, but I'm presuming it'll be on Sky. It's
The Oracle will tell us. While the Oracle is looking into that,
Yeah.
I've got my film for you.
It is on YouTube and Apple TV, Amazon Prime, Google, and YouTube.
Okay, Prime it is. So I'll be streaming that.
yes.
Why don't you stream that at home as well? We can compare notes.
Oh yeah, we can talk about it next week. Send us your reviews in.
Right, so I'm going to change direction for you slightly.
Oh, what a shame.
Okay.
He's going to give you a rom-com.
This film is on Amazon Prime.
Okay.
It is a remake of a film that was made about 6-7 years ago. It's an extension of a very short animated movie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and this animated movie won lots and lots of awards, and then they thought, oh well, we'll make it into a film. Okay, which is understandable. It is it's a lovely little story with some lovely little funny moments in it. It is a coming of age movie. It is definitely a movie that I would recommend you see on a Sunday afternoon.
Is it Toy Story?
It's not a million miles away from Toy Story, to be quite honest with you.
Toy Story 2?
No, it's closer to Toy Story.
Keep going.
It's closer to Toy Story 1. It's a scary one as well, isn't it? Halloween or something. It's
Five Nights at Freddy's.
It is Marcel the Shell with Shoes. Have you ever heard of it before?
I every week I think you've just made these things up. So no, I don't know what it is.
Right. It's one of the movies that I've been trying to watch at home for quite some time, and my wife went, that looks a bit strange. I'll let you watch it by yourself, which I did. And I had a little tear to my eye during watching it.
Oh,
It's a lovely, lovely story. It starts off quite slow. You've got to really pace it into it. I think you'll be coming back with a great big grin on your face, and I'm predicting high 8s with this.
oh wow, okay.
That's what I'm predicting, high
Okay.
8s with it. And I'm predicting that you're going to stop it halfway through and text me and go, I love you.
So you want me to take a hiatus?
Oh!
I quit. Send help.
Okay, cool, brilliant. Thank you very much.
Yes, there you go.
You said you'd had a message from your dad about One Life because you recommended it.
All right, that's going to take me a few
Do you
seconds
want
to grab
it
that.
here? I've got it.
So,
Have you got it?
Peter's gone to find the review that his father sent in after being recommended to watch One Life. This is obviously a direct reference to people listening to our podcasts,
Yeah, absolutely. And going.
being inspired,
Absolutely.
and then
Oh, thanks.
getting back to us, letting us know what they thought. We're encouraging you, the listener and viewer, to get in contact with us and let us know what you think about the films that we've seen, and also what you think about the reviews
and
that
to
we've written.
recommend any films for
Yes.
homework.
Absolutely.
Try and find a film that James hasn't seen.
It's really hard.
It's
I
really
tried
hard.
5 times this week and he'd seen 4 of the 5. Anyway, so my dad's review of One Life.
Yes.
Peter, I would like to thank you for recommending the film One Life. I found it to be a beautifully made film. It was very emotional for me, as your grandfather came on the same journey as an adult without any papers. They achieved more with this film with their restraint than they would have done if they'd sensationalised it. Which I think is absolutely spot on right.
I think it's a lovely, lovely
yeah,
message.
he's nailed it there. It's a definitely less is more movie, and it is just beautiful. Please go and see it. It's number 2 in the charts this week, and I think that's the film that should not wonker off number 1 spot.
I
Okay.
agree.
Yeah,
Good.
perfect.
Okay. So that's some fantastic feedback we've had from our listeners and from our viewers. Next week we will be not only reviewing our homework, but we're also reviewing one of the new releases on the chart at the cinema at the moment.
We're going to see Poor Things.
We're going to see Poor Things, which has had incredible response back from the Golden Globes.
Yeah.
Which was earlier this week.
Yes, it was.
Do you know if I did that?
Yes, I
Yeah.
did.
And we will be tipping off the Golden Globes next week.
Why did you think that was clever? It's earlier in the week, whether it's Wednesday or Thursday.
I know.
Yeah.
But
Anyway, well done, James. That's brilliant.
Thank you.
Well
Fantastic. Now, Poor Things. I'm a little bit nervous about going to see this because
I'm very excited.
well, I thought I didn't like Emma Stone in the trailer. I found it really uncomfortable and irksome.
that's what I'm excited about.
Yeah, so it'd be really interesting to see whether it's better in the full movie format.
I'm envisioning it to be a quirky, off the wall, Frankenstein's monster-esque.
Exactly right.
Type
That's
story.
what I'm imagining too. I think we should also go and see The Boy and the Heron this week.
100%, yes.
Yeah, I've heard really mixed reviews about it from people who love this type of Japanese
Oh,
animation
really?
type of thing.
Okay,
Yeah,
well, we will be the reviewers of that, quite frankly.
we will let people know that.
Yes.
Poor Things got quite a good cast as well, not just Emma Stone.
William Dafoe.
Yeah, Willem.
Well, I had a choice on Sunday. Is it Sunday? No, was it Sunday or Saturday we're going to see it? Sunday.
Sunday.
I had a choice on Sunday to either watch Poor Things, and then there's a very, very good friend of mine was going to go and see the new Jason Statham movie, The Beekeeper.
Oh, why don't you go and
Keeper-
see that and then you can
Keeper
review
of
it?
Bees.
Oh my god, it looks dreadful.
I decided not to go and watch The Beekeeper because that will be streaming within half an hour. It'll be streaming by Monday. It'll be fine.
Yeah, yeah, okay. I think you've made the right decision.
I agree with you completely. So there we have it. That's our 11th episode of the Popcorn Pundits.
Doesn't time fly?
Doesn't it? 11 weeks in, and we're still here for you, championing. We're there eating.
Shorter for murder.
Sometimes Peter takes it for you. You know what I mean? Peter has to.
Did James have any snacks this week at the cinema?
Yeah, you did. You brought a can of pop. You had a can of Fanta or Lilt or something.
No, do you know what I quite like? I quite like vanilla Diet Coke.
Is that what it was?
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, you and Sophie both had a different can of pop each.
Yes.
And then you had a packet of crisps.
Oh, I had spicy space.
Oh, Space Invaders.
That's right.
Yeah, and
Which was quite quiet.
Were you rustling crisps in the cinema?
No.
Space Invaders are a very cinema-friendly snack.
I'm a
actually, I have
very
to say.
good boy when
I
it
meant
comes to
the
noise.
packaging.
No, I'm quite good.
Then you had some spaff-filled yum yum,
Yes, I did. No,
which was gone in 2 gobbles.
Twinkie.
A Twinkie. That was.
Never had a Twinkie before,
A
and I
Twinkie
thought,
is a yum yum. It's the same thing, isn't it?
They're pretty similar.
yeah. I thought I saw it in the shop, and I thought, oh, I've never had a Twinkie
like-
Oh,
before.
maybe that's why it had the spunk inside it, because it was a
Exactly.
Twinkie rather than a yum yum, and a yum yum
Exactly.
doesn't have any man fluid.
I was
They're
think-
like night and later that night. That's,
Right. Okay.
I should really eat the Twinkies while I'm watching Die Hard, though.
You should.
Okay. Great.
That's the only reference for it, really, that I know of.
Excellent.
Shall we wrap it?
Let's wrap it and snap it.
Pa-pa, pa-pa,
Popcorn Pundits,
podcast.
11th episode.
You and your maths today.
Thank you very much.
This is a minute and a half, isn't it?
Isn't it gorgeous?
Where's this from?
Alpaca.
It is alpaca.
It is alpaca.
Alpaca.
Sorry, that was the worst joke I ever made ever. wasn't it?
Alpaca.
No, the hiatus. I know.